So this is something I know that you need. This is something that I know that you need. This is something I know that you need. So sit in your seat. Sit in your seat. As you see, I'm sitting down, so I'm gonna try to do this a bit different. Because this is something that I know that you need. We've been talking about victorious B.I.G. Right? I told you the first week that you had to believe. So the second week, what did I say? That you had to, I don't even know what I said. It's not with an I. Intensify. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. This is a listening church. Intensify your worship. Yeah. And it ignite God's word. B.I.G. So I gotta give you what the G means, because I want you to, if we're believing God for 2020, I have to give you the roadmap to how to get there. I cannot leave you stranded. I cannot leave you hanging trying to figure out how do I get there. It's one thing to say I want a big year, but you have to know how to get from here to there. So I know that you need it. I'm gonna try to expedite this because I only got a little time, but we're gonna do what we're gonna do. Amen. Genesis 26 and 12. Stay seated. Y'all stay seated today. Amen. Amen. I'm going to try to teach and not preach too much. But if the Holy Ghost has his way, we're going to go with the Holy Ghost. The text says, verse 12, and Isaac sowed in the land, and Isaac sowed in that land, and reaped in the same year 100-fold.
Come on, Father.
Oh my God, check your pulse.
Hallelujah.
Text says, and Isaac sowed in that year, in that land, and reaped in the same year 100-fold. The Bible says the Lord blessed him, and the man became rich and gained more and more until he became very wealthy. Verse 16 says, finally, and Abimelech told Isaac, leave, you become far too big for us. He said, leave because you become too big for us. Let me give you my subject real quick and we're going to jump into it. Look at somebody real quick and tell them, the shift is in your seed. The shift. I think somebody needs to catch that. The shift is in your seed. The shift. Kadarian, the shift is in the seed. The shift is in the seed. Let's do some work. So it's been said that life is like an echo. What you send out ultimately comes back. What you sow is what you reap. What you give is what you get. What you see in others will essentially exist in you. In other words, this suggests that our capacity to achieve is predicated by our willingness to sow seeds. You catch that? Our capacity to achieve is predicated by our willingness to sow seeds. Even Jesus said that if we just had the faith the size of a mustard seed, he says nothing will be impossible for us. In other words, he wants us to know that the shift is in the seed.
Help us today.
And so the good news is that all of us here have something that we can see. All of us have something we can see, whether it's physical or a literal seed, or maybe if the seed is a reference to your child or your offspring, or if the seed represents a principle of production, which means to sow a seed into the ministry, or seeding hard work and persistence, or even the seed of loving on somebody. All of us have a seed that we can sow. And what the enemy miscalculated, help me Holy Ghost, what the enemy miscalculated is that when he threw dirt on me, He was essentially giving me the soil that I needed for my seed. I'll be quiet, I'm trying to stay in my seat. I said, what the enemy miscalculated is that when he threw dirt on me, he was essentially giving me the soil that I needed for my seed. Because if he only knew that when he tried to bury me, he was really just planting me. When he tried to kill me, he was really building me. He had no clue that the soil is what I needed to get on my seed. And because when the soil got on the seed, we began this process of germination. And what's germination? That's when the seed begins to shift into something much bigger. An apple tree which has multiple apples has been planted by a seed. And so when the soil gets on the seed, something happens. When the seed, it begins to grow and get bigger. When soil lands on the seed, something begins to develop. It begins to develop into what it was destined to be. Look at somebody and say, "No dirt on me, baby. You just helping me plant my seed."
You preaching already.
The shift is in the seed. Stop playing. That's what's messing me up right there. Messing me up. I'm trying to teach you. Got me preaching. The shift is in the seed. Watch this. According to the text, Genesis chapter 26, verse 1, the text says, there was a famine in the land.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Help us today.
Did you read the text already? The text said that when he sowed in their land. But now the text wants us to know that there was also a famine in the land. Wow, okay. I get it. There was a famine in the land, and as bad as the famine during the time of Abraham. This is verse 1. And Isaac went down to Abimelech, king of the Philistines, in Gerar. God appeared to him and said, "Don't go to Egypt." He said, "Stay where you are. Stay here in this land, and I will bless you." So I need you to understand that a famine was not to be taken lightly. Matter of fact, God would even use famines as a means of divine discipline. So when if God used a famine, then you know that the famine is real. A famine is not something you cut. Folk would die because of a famine. A land would shrivel up because of a famine. If God used a famine, then the famine was a bad mojo.
Yeah, you preaching.
So the text lets us know that there was a famine in the land, and a famine was symbolic for societal suffering. And so here they are in this famine, and God tells Isaac, he says, "Stay here in this land, in this famine place, because if you stay here, I'll bless you." Might I suggest to you that I believe God is saying the same thing to us today. We may not be experiencing the kind of famine that they experienced, but what we're seeing is a famine nonetheless. What do you mean, Reverend? If a famine suggests a lack of, I believe that our society is suffering from a moral or ethical famine. I believe that what we're seeing now is what I identify as a spiritual famine. There is a lack of godliness in our culture. Families are falling apart due to the famine of values and oneness. The lack of unity exists in families, and we rather, instead of having black families, we go to Black Friday.
Come on, WESTBROOK.
Because we value stuff more than people.
Right.
Help us.
So he's saying there is a famine, and I want you to stay in the famine. We might not be suffering from a lack of food, but I believe that we are suffering from a lack of faith. No matter how bad it looks right now, I just hear God. I hear God saying, I hear him using Sam Smith's song. He says, "Stay with me."
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, y'all so saved, y'all don't know. Will stay with me. I hear God saying, listen, I hear him saying, "Stay with me," because here's what happens. As soon as stuff looks bad, you run off. So as soon as people on your job don't love you like they did in the honeymoon phase, you're ready to quit and go do something else. I hear God saying, "Just stay with me."
Yes, sir.
So here's the first principle. I'm moving. Here's the first principle. If the shift is in the seed, then we must be intentional, watch this, in sowing the seeds of obedience.
Help us today.
Sowing the seeds of obedience. What do you mean sowing the seeds of obedience? You remember when Jesus was at the wedding at Cana, and him and his boys was just hanging out. He wasn't even the officiant. He was just kicking it at the party. And soon as they ran out of wine, his mama shows up and said, listen, they got out of wine. He said, Mama, what they got to do with me? But watch this. He is fully God and fully human. And mama didn't even rationalize with him. She just said, okay, cool. Hey, y'all, go do what he says do. Here's the first thing of obedience. Jesus just did what his mama told him to do. I just blessed somebody. Let me talk to my young people. I always try to be an advocate for my young people, but let me hurry up and let you know, sometimes you can't debate with mom and dad and just do what they said do. Parents don't clap because you're going to make them miss it. See, it's something that the scripture tells us to honor our father and mother. Watch this, so that my days will be long. It benefits you if you honor me.
Come on, Westbrook.
It benefits you. It benefits you if what they say you honor. Watch this. The scripture just say honor a good father. Honor a present father. Come on, somebody.
Come on.
It says honor your father. So even if your father is the deadbeat father, he says honor.
Right.
So that your days.
Preaching now.
So that your day, not so you can let him off the hook. Oh, maybe I just want to die at 13, but I believe what the Bible says. So that your day, I don't know about you, but I got stuff I want to live to see. I got stuff I want to live to do. And so if honoring him is the key to get to where I got to go, I'm going to honor him because that's a seed of obedience.
You preaching.
Seed of obedience. In the same way, we have to make sure that when the Lord leads us or prompts us or specifically tells us what to do, we have to fully obey. I know that sounds simple, but the truth of the matter is many of us want God to be our Savior, but we trip on him being our Lord. Save me from hell, but don't tell me what to do. Okay, I hit the spot. I'll leave it alone. Somebody said cease of obedience. Okay, I heard somebody say stay right there. I recognize your voice. Cease of obedience. Can I bless you real quick? See, sometimes you have to submit to folk that you might be older than.
Come on, Westbrook. Come on.
By show of hands, how many of us believe in favor? That's every hand. So don't you believe sometimes God might favor somebody who is younger than you and puts them in a position that's over you?
Yeah.
And so listen, our obedience can't be predicated on how old we are.
There you go.
Sometimes I just gotta obey. Listen, I'm in a situation even right now where I feel like my boss can't really tell me nothing, but because I honor her leadership. My wife will tell you, we have many conversations. I'm listening to my boss. I'm like, this don't make a lick of sense. However, because you have a position over me, and I need to see obedience because there are people under me that I need to make sure they honor what I have to say. So I just can't tell you to obey me, and I don't obey nobody. Look at somebody and say, you better learn to honor folk. The seed of obedience. Because sometimes your age ain't got nothing to do with it. It's how often you consume God. It's how much you consume of God. And if you spend a whole lot of time in his presence, you might start looking and acting like him as opposed to somebody who's been saved for a long time but just come to church. Okay. Verse 6. Somebody says seeds of obedience. So Isaac stayed put in the rock. Not only do we have this principle of the seeds of obedience, can I suggest to you that it's important that we practice sowing the seeds of faith. Say that with me, seeds of faith.
Seeds of faith.
The shift is in your seeds. Seeds of faith. The text says, and he what? Stayed. Oh, okay. That's what I ain't know it. Text says, and he stayed. Come on, that sounds like a mass choir. And he stayed. In other words, he decided to put all of his trust in God. Did you catch that? He decided to put all of his trust in God. That's critical. Why? Because historically speaking, in a famine, people would tend to migrate to Egypt. That's historically speaking. Whenever there was a famine, they would get up and migrate to Egypt because they found relief in Egypt. But something happened. God simply told Isaac to stay put, and Isaac made the decision to stay. Understand that it's one thing to receive Jesus as the Savior, but it's something different to receive him as the Lord. In other words, it's one thing to find him, but it's another thing to follow him. I'm reminded of the rich young ruler who saw Jesus on the roadside one day, and he said, now let me follow you. And he said, okay, you can follow me, but I need you to do something first. He said, I need you to honor your father and mother. I need you to make sure you do this, that, and the third, and all this stuff. I'm paraphrasing. Go and do. He said, well, cool, Jesus, that ain't no big problem. I've been doing this stuff since I was a kid. I've been doing it all my life. He said, all right, check this. Go take all your stuff that you have, because it was rich. Take everything you have, sell it to the poor, then come follow me. The Bible says that he walked away grieved because of what he had heard. See, to sow seeds of faith, watch this, sometimes you have to, this is a word that y'all ain't gonna like. Somebody says sacrifice. Sacrifice. What does it mean to sacrifice? Sacrifice means sometimes you got to be willing to give up some stuff. You got to be willing to surrender some stuff for the benefit of something else. Sacrifice ain't always easy. That's why the Bible tells us that sometimes we got to give God a sacrifice of praise. What does that mean? That means even when you come in with your attitude, you got enough spirit in you to check your attitude at the door, because your attitude should not trump your praise. So in other words, even when you don't really feel like it, sacrifice means you give God whatever you got because God deserves it.
Yes, he does.
Sacrifice. There was a man who was caught in a storm with his wife, and it wasn't just a regular storm, Landis, there was a hailstorm. And this hail wasn't the kind of hail that hits you when they don't do nothing, the little chips. No, this hailstorm was so big that the hail looked like the size of baseball. And so it began to come down harder and harder, and he realized, he's with his wife, and he realized that if he doesn't cover his wife, she will be severely hurt. So the man he begins to wrap himself around his wife so that the hailstorms, which was coming harder and harder, would not hit her but hit him. And so as he began to cover his wife, and he was trying to take her to a place of cover, all the hailstorms that was hitting him started begin to weaken him, and he began to collapse, but he collapsed still covering his wife. And as the hail kept hitting him, dog, watch this, blood started streaming from his face, and cuts started landing on his body. Sores began to web up because of the covering that he was going. So the hailstorm would not hit them, would not hit her, but hit him. And so after they survived the storm, they asked the wife, ma'am, can you share with us your experience about the hailstorm? She says, yes, I can surely share this. She says, but every time I look at my husband, when I see the scars, I'm reminded of the sacrifice. Don't play that, I won't have no church. Every time I look at the cuts, every time I think about the blood, every time I see the sword on his body, I'm reminded of the sacrifice. I wish I had just one church vote. you can understand that when you think about the goodness of Jesus and the sacrifice he made for you, somebody said, my soul cries out. I'm thinking, see, sometimes watch it, it ain't even about what the praise team is singing for me. It ain't about a word that's coming when I begin. And so if the shift is in the seed, then that means I have to be willing to sacrifice my seed. I got to be willing to take what little I have and deposit that thing in the ground, because God will do exceedingly and abundantly with my seed. That's my sacrifice. So sometimes, watch this, my sacrifice might not look like your sacrifice. You might have a whole lot more to give than I got to give. I might have a whole lot more to give than you got to give. Our sacrifice won't always look the same, but God can identify the sacrifice if it's real. See, a sacrifice is when you give something and it hurts. A sacrifice is when you uncomfortable giving that thing, but you give it anyway. A sacrifice is when you love your spouse enough to embrace them even though they got issues. Oh, okay, maybe I don't deal with stuff. Maybe y'all got these pretty marriages where you don't ever get into it, you don't ever disagree. But can I speak to a married person? Can I speak to somebody who's in a relationship that sometimes it ain't always pretty, but you gotta see the love. You gotta.
Yes, God. Yeah. Teach.
You ain't the house. You pray.
They say I'm in the house, but I don't think. I got these pretty relationships where y'all ain't never went through nothing, but I don't know about you, but me and my girl have been through some stuff. We done literally been to hell and back. So listen, sometimes because I don't want to go back there, I love her because of the sacrifice.
Amen.
I'm depositing a seed of what I believe God, because the shift is in the seed.
Yeah.
In other words, you can't always wait for somebody to do it first. You got to sacrifice.
Amen.
And maybe that's some of our issues. We wait until Spook. We want to see what you gonna do first.
Amen.
Let's see if you remember the anniversary. How about you do it first?
Amen. Yeah.
I want to say that, it's an anniversary. That's both of y'all. He don't have to get a gift for you. How about you get a gift for him? Don't wait on him to remember the date. Tell him what the date is.
Amen. Amen.
Since I'm on a tangent, let me do it. Because I can't stand this happy wife, happy life. I'm in a marriage too.
Amen.
How about happy spouse, happy house?
Amen.
I'm a real live person. Don't just put this. I just can't wait for her to be happy. What if she happy but I'm miserable? You gotta take care of my needs too.
Amen.
Sacrifice.
Amen. Go ahead, Doc. Say it.
Ladies, we need to kill this happy wife, happy. No, I need to be happy just like you.
Amen. Say that.
I need to have peace just like you. I need to feel love just like you. I want a bubble bath. Look at somebody and say, take care of me, baby. Now, if it's any man who think I'm wrong, if you think I'm wrong, just tell me to be quiet. Amen. Maybe that's what the issues are. We want to make sure that she's so taken care of that nobody ever meets your need. Which because it's triggered something, which makes you susceptible to somebody else who sees your need. I saw how she was treating you. No, I'm sorry, let me do it. I saw how she was treating you. And then you real mad because he cheating with somebody who don't look nothing like you. You mean you gonna do that to me? Okay. She met for need. And let's go back to the scripture. Since when God created her and gave her to him, she was supposed to be the help meet his need. So here's what you serve. That's what sacrifice is. You sacrifice and serve one another. It don't matter how you feel all the time. Faith has nothing to do with how you feel. And I know you understand it because you go to work every day and you can't stand your job. You don't feel like going, but you go because you know ain't nobody gonna put food on the table unless you go. So you gotta do your spouse the same way. You meet the need.
That's good. That's good.
Somebody say sacrifice. Okay. I'm not on my soapbox. Pardon me. Pardon me. I believe in marriage now. I'm gonna go somewhere. I ain't gonna do that. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Okay. So the text says, and Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in the same year 100-fold. Ooh. My God. I'm going to tell you what you missed. I'm going to give it to you. It's so plain in the text. See, preachers, when you look at the text, I need you to really, this is why I need you to do your homework. You just can't get up here and just be preaching. You got to do your work. Right? You got to do your work because if you do your work, you can unpack some stuff that your natural eye doesn't see. Watch this. So, and Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in the same year 100-fold. So oftentimes we see the 100-fold piece and we miss it. We miss the journey because we caught up in the destination. The 100-fold is good, yes, but you missed something. Watch this. See, it's one thing to sow seeds of obedience and seeds of faith, but watch this. This next seed that he sows doesn't even make sense. The next seed that he sows don't make sense, Malcolm. Watch this. According to the text, the land was in a famine.
Right. Yeah.
And yet Isaac still decided to sow a seed in that place. Can I ask you a question? What kind of faith must you have to sow a seed, even if it's on bad ground?
Watch out, Doc.
That blew all of my mind. Maybe you didn't. We always talk about this is good ground. But I just believe if you sow seeds of obedience and seeds of faith, God will bless you where even your seed, wherever you place your seed, will be even on bad ground, you're going to get a produce. Even if the land is hard, God says, I'm still going to give you a harvest. So here they are in this famine land. Isaac sows a seed, and in the same year, God gives him 100-fold. Oh, okay. Isaac sows a seed, and God still gives him 100-fold. When you're obedient to God and faithful to God, God will cause you to sow a seed on bad ground and steal. And steal. When I hear the word and steal, I think I'm reminded of when a boxer has gone through hell in the middle of a battle, and at the end the announcer raises up his hands and said, and steal. Let's have a living church. And steal. That lets me know what the devil has done everything he can do for me. At the end of my battle, God will still raise up my hand and say, and steal. Is there anybody in this place that has gone through some hell in your life, but you're still here? Is there anybody who's gone through some stuff in your life, but the devil trying to take you out? He's giving you every shot he can give you, but you're still here. Is there anybody here that knows cancer was enough to take you out? Other voice did not kill you. Sugar not eating didn't get the best of you. No matter what you go through, lift up your hand and say, and still. I'm still more than a conqueror. I'm still an overcomer. I'm still the head and not the tail. I'm still above and not beneath. Look at somebody and say, and still. After all I've gone through, I'm still here. After all I've gone through, I'm still blessed. After all I've gone this fight regardless of what you try to do to me. I'm still still suggests that no matter what happened, it wasn't enough to knock me off. It still suggests that I'm still, no matter what the storm has tried to do.
Yeah, Lord.
And still, sit down, and still, that blessed me, so here they are in a famine land, and the famine can stop God's favor. Can I speak that over your life? That the famine that you're going through still cannot stop God's favor for your life. I need 5 people to receive that. The famine that you're going through still can't block the favor that's on your life. I need to say that one more time. Somebody gonna get it. I said the famine that you're going through still cannot block the favor that's on your life. When God favors you, a famine can't stop you. When God favors you, the fight can't knock you out. When God favors you, no matter what the devil is trying to do, you're still victorious. Look at somebody else. I still got victory. Somebody help me say, man, still. Matter of fact, can you look at somebody on your road and just tell them, I know you're going through some stuff, but because you sit next to me, that says that you are still here. And weeping may endure for a night, but still joy. I said weeping may endure for a night, but joy still comes. Is there anybody who got joy in the middle of your stuff? Weeping may, you might have cried all night last night, but God woke you up today and you still here. All right. Somebody said, man, still. And so here they are in this famine land, and yet the favor of God still finds him. Ooh. Didn't I tell you last week that no matter where you are, God will find you in that place? That ought to resonate with everybody, because I don't really know where you are or why you are there, but wherever you are, God's favor will still find you, and wherever you are. At the unemployment office, God's favor will still, at the divorce court, God's favor will still find you. In the hospital bed, God's favor will still find you. At the low end of the tunnel pole, God's favor will still broke, busted, and disgusted. God's favor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Lord.
And so Isaac sowed in that land, and according to the text, he reaped the same year 100-fold. I need you to understand that the shift is in the seed. The Lord blessed him, and he became rich and gained more and became very wealthy because he sowed in a bad place, and God found favor on him there. The shift is in the seed. The text says, verse 16, and Abimelech told him, and this is going to happen to you, leave. Because what God is doing for you has got to be.
Well,
Come on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me make this sound like. See, sometimes what seems like hate is really a prophetic word.
come on.
Thank you, Jesus.
When you look at the text, it paints Abimelech in an adversarial position. Adversary, your enemy.
Yeah.
When you look at the text, it sounds as though he's hating on him. Man, you got too big, you got to move. But can I suggest to you that sometimes what looks like hate is really a word of prophecy? Because sometimes your haters will tell the truth and see stuff that you don't even see. Oh man, you think you all that. I really did, but thank you for telling me. I didn't know. You think you're a talk show host now. Maybe I need to be. Sometimes your enemy will speak into your life in a way that you miss it because it's not always hating, it's prophetic. And so it suggests to me that sometimes where you may be currently is too small for what God is doing in your life.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna, where's Nathan? Nathan, you gonna miss it if you stay seated.
Yes, God. Jesus. Yes, God. Jesus. Jesus.
You gonna miss it if you stay seated.
Yeah. Jesus.
You gonna miss it if you receive everything somebody has to say with hate. And you don't discern that thing with spirit.
Jesus.
So what Abimelech was literally saying was in agreement with what God was doing.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Jesus.
See, if the seed is going to shift, sometimes the shift moves you from one position to another position.
My God. Yes, it does.
But the reason why we don't leap is because we allow fear to keep us in our seat. We look at our resume and say, I don't deserve to be here. We look at our background and say, how did I get here? When God says, I ain't looking at none of your past stuff because my eyes are focused on your future. So many of us, play me some talk. Many of us, the seed, we've been sowing seeds for years. But here's the thing, we didn't put no faith on them seeds. We were doing it out of ignorance. Not fully knowing who we are and who we're connected to. And we kept, and it's true. Sow it on good ground, but I need you to understand that wherever God is good. Wherever God is, that's good ground. Okay, let me make that make sense. Here's Moses in a desert, and he sees a blaze on a mountain. The mountain looks nothing like a tabernacle. The mountain doesn't have a steeple. The mountain has no stained glass windows. The mountain has no red carpet and seated rows. The mountain was literally a mountain. But when Moses gets there, he's standing there and he hears the Spirit of God says, take off your shoes because where you're standing is good ground. Which suggests to me that wherever God is, it's good ground.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
And so when you believe God for who he really is, when you put your obedience and your faith in God, God will cause you to sow seeds. In whatever place you're in, hashtag whatever season you're in. And God says, if you sow those seeds, your seed will make room for you. Your seed, again, here we talk this process of germination. When you sow your seed, when your seed is deposited in the ground, your seed begins to take on another form. And what's in that seed is bigger than the seed. And so you're going to miss it because somebody's going to say, hey, you shouldn't give that much in church. You know he just got a new car, right? You shouldn't give. You don't know where that money going. You can't trust preachers. Can I suggest to you that your trust ain't got nothing to do with me?
Come on, WESTBROOK.
I can be quick as 2 left feet. But because you sowed a seed out of obedience and faith, even in a bad place,
Wow.
God can produce a harvest for your life. I'm not perfect. If I ever make a mistake with your finances, that ain't got nothing to do with you. I can't dictate if the man on the corner is literally a bum or he's an imposter. That ain't got nothing to do with me. If I feel compelled to give, what happens is on him. But I'm not going to miss my move of God because I'm too busy trying to dissect what is. The shift is in your seed. You got to be willing to sow seeds to get the harvest. I would watch my grandmother every year take seeds. You know, we didn't have the most coming up. My grandma had a garden in the backyard. Tomatoes, watermelon, corn tree in the back. And we always had some snacks. We always had some. Ain't had nothing, we could just tap the tree and watch the corn fall down. Take 2 pecans and what y'all know about that? Hold them things together. But I would watch my grandmother take seeds and she would take these little bitty seeds. It wasn't even much. She would take them and she would sprinkle them in the ground. And after a while, something started breaking ground. And then in a little while, it would break ground, but then it would start developing it. And then I would see my grandmother come out later on with a basket. I was just listening. What was in her hand became too big in the back. What started off as stuff in her hand, TT, it was just little kernels. But she would need a basket to come and get what she deposited. And her garden grew so much that she couldn't keep the garden where it was. She had to plant a whole nother because the harvest had gotten so big. What looked like a problem wasn't really a problem. What the problem was, her vision was too small. I need you to give with expectation on your seeds, seeds of obedience, seeds of faith, and a seed, watch this, that don't make sense. Because what God is trying to do in your life is too big for where you are. Let me talk business for just a moment. Sometimes you gotta spend money to make money. If that's true in the kingdom, really what they're saying in the business world is you reap what you sow. So I hear God saying, don't grow weary in well doing, because in due season you shall what? Don't grow weary in well doing. That means sometimes you gotta seed an attitude, or you gotta seed into a relationship. Don't grow weary in well doing action word. Because in due season, see, if you do, you'll come into your due. If you continue to do, you'll come into your due season. And in due season, you shall reap. The text says in the same year. So if you believe God to do something greater for you in your 2020, then you need to get in the business of doing, because your due season can be in this season. So I want to do something before we open the door of church. Come on, I need some men, not children, because I think this one needs to be too big for a child to hold. Give me some men. I need 3 men to stand across this front, because the seed that you're about to sow is going to match the seed that you believe God to do. Praise God for my children, but this represents, I need to be so heavy that the babies can hold this one. Jesus' mama said, just do what he says, and they said, just take these buckets and fill them all up. And if you fill them up, going to be better than the wine that you had in the first place. I hear God say that if you take advantage of this moment, the new wine, the new wine, the new season, this thing I'm about to do,
Yes, God.
is about to supersede whatever you believe in been prior to. The folk who tasted the wine said, man, why you holding on to this good stuff? You're supposed to serve the good stuff first. Now, God says, what I'm about to do now is the good stuff. You thought you had it good before now. God said, what I'm about to do now is going to be considered the good stuff.
Yes, God. Thank you, Jesus.
Of this seed you're about to sow is a seed into your new season. Some of us want to give traditionally. Some of us are texting to give. Some of us are going online to give. Some of us are giving by way of cash app. Put it on the screen in case they need it. Redemption now. I don't even know. $sign redemption now. There it is. Whatever your preference in giving, I need you to give a sacrifice today. A sacrifice means give it until it hurts to give. Something that's uncomfortable for you to give. Don't let the devil trick you in that little hot 20 that you came in service to give before service. No, you know how men are. We're in the car counter. I can get that. I got to put some gas in the truck. I got bills. I got women. You got excuses. Could it be the reason why you count your money is because you're too busy counting your money? You can get that on the way home. Could it be the reason why you still got to count your money is because you've been too busy counting your money? The text says God gave him more and more until he became not wealthy but very wealthy. Too big for his wallet to hold. Maybe I'm the only one who wants something so big that my wallet can't hold it. Maybe I'm the only one who desires, because I want to be saved and have a savings account. I want to be saved and have a savings account. I want my account to be so big, I need two people to manage it. Because if I'm anointed, then my assignment got to match my anointing. And salvation is free, but it can't pay for some of the stuff you got to do. Some stuff you got to actually literally pay for it to happen. And I don't want my assignment to lack because my funds don't match. I pray right now in the name of Jesus. Come on, lift your hands. I believe now in the name of Jesus that this seed that we're about to sow is not a regular seed. I'm gifting toward my being. I'm gifting toward my favorite season. I'm gifting toward what you believe, what I believe to happen in my year. I'm not even concerned about 2021 yet because I need 2020 to be the best year I've ever had. But God, I just can't believe it. I got to see into it because I believe that the shifting is in my seed. So this seed I'm putting in the ground, God, I need you to supernaturally germinate it. I need to do from the morning, from the heavens to rest on my seed. And I want you to saturate the soil so that the moisture will get on my seed and produce something bigger and greater. So as I deposit this seed, God, I pray that you begin to shower on my seed. I need you to rain on my seed. is my new season. As I give, God, I give toward my son, toward my future, toward my belief, toward my, I'm seeding for scholarship, I'm seeding for favor and promotion, I'm seeding for breakthroughs, I'm seeding for healing, I'm seeding for growth, I'm seeding for my babies, I'm seeding for legacy. God, wherever you are is good ground. And since I know you're here, I know it's good. So if you believe that, come on, let's begin to give God a rest with your seat. Come on, from wherever you are. From wherever you are.
Season for grace, for favor. This is my season.
I'm going to speak by faith. And this season will be bigger than anything we received in 2020.
For grace,
Kingdom, I'm going to need you to confirm this tonight. And this seed is going to blow out a number of I don't need you to constantly give. I need you to give it to the hurt. I need you to
but I show many faithful. God's got a purpose, and I know He's able. I ain't gotta see it in the ground, and it's showing and it's growing. I gotta see in the ground, and it's blessing. No more stressing. This is my season for favor. This is my